Love lives here.
So here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, we have been working with the theme this year of Live Your Best Life, and we are currently in our fall series, the series of Thriving. Before we launch into this, I just want to say good morning to Jesse and Sasha and Alex, and good morning to Sanja and Daryl. Great to have you with us, joining us as well. All right, and of course, all of our beloveds here who have kind of snuck in. It's good to see all your faces as well, so great to see you. So, today, H.C.I.S. But before we talk about H.C.I.S, I'm still going to keep you hanging. We need to talk about purpose, okay? Purpose, yes? Sally's like, oh God, purpose. All right. So if we are talking about purpose, we're talking about our life's purpose, even more so. Now mom's going, oh, right? So I know my mother. So if we're talking about purpose and we're talking about life's purpose, the thing that we often get caught in when we talk about purpose or we talk about life purpose is we start to think of our life's purpose as a goal-oriented achievement, right? It's more a goal-based achievement, that we have to do something, we have to effort, we have to like come up with something really amazing to be our life purpose, you know, to go out and do our work in the world. You okay? All right. To go out and do our work in the world, right? And we get into this mindset that, oh, it's got to be big, it's got to be grandiose, I've got to make a huge impact, right, as the way we often think about our life purpose. Well, guess what? The universe doesn't really give two whatever, shakes of a lamb's tail, about your goal-oriented achievements. No. What the universe, what spirit cares about is your heart, right? So it really doesn't matter what the activity is, that goal or that achievement is, as long as it is a heartfelt, loving, generous thing that we're doing. So you have heard me time and time again to tell you what your purpose is so that you don't have to keep seeking it. So you want me to remind you what your purpose is? That way you can just like take that off your plate and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You ready? Your purpose is to be the power and the presence of love here on the planet. One more time. Your purpose, your sole purpose, your life's purpose is to be the power and the presence of love here on the planet. Ernest Holmes says it a different way. He says it, all people exist for the sole purpose of the self-expression of God, the self-expression of spirit. One more time, the way he says it. Ernest Holmes says that all people exist for the sole purpose of the self-expression of God, Spirit, the divine, Ralph, right? We don't care what we call it. It doesn't care what we call it, right? It's Spirit. So that is the sole purpose. Well, what is Spirit? Spirit is love, right? Love lives here. Love lives here. Spirit is love. So, back to my original statement of your sole purpose on this planet is to express and to be the power and the presence of love made manifest. The power and presence of love here in full glorious expression. That's it. Done. Don't need to have anxiety over it anymore. Don't need to worry about it anymore. We're good. You know what your purpose is? Can we go to snacks now? Sure. Right? We know what it is. All right. So you fulfill your purpose every time you show any sort of kindness, any sort of compassion, any sort of love. When you share your love, when you share compassion, when you share your kindness, you are fulfilling your purpose of being the power and the presence of love on earth. Right? So, wow, that takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? A simple smile, a simple loving look, right? You're fulfilling your purpose. A hug, a gentle hi, a hello, howdy, how y'all, whatever, right? You're fulfilling your purpose in that moment just by acknowledging the presence of another living being and acknowledging the presence of spirit, living, moving, breathing, and being in, through, and as that being, just as in yourself. What the Hindus call namaste. Recognizing that the spirit within me recognizes and honors the spirit within you. That alone is fulfilling your purpose for your presence here on earth, to be the power and the presence of love. The Hindu tradition goes on to talk about dharma, right? Dharma is your life's purpose. So your life's purpose is comprised in Hindu tradition of 3 components. First, seek the awareness, seek the realization of your oneness with spirit, seek your realization that you are, or seek the realization that you are spirit in form, that you are the divine made manifest. Well, we already kind of do that here, don't we? It's part of what we do. But the ongoing piece of dharma, your life purpose, is to continue to reveal that within yourself, to continue to become greater, more and more aware of your oneness with spirit, your unity, and your unity with all of life, with all of creation. So we do that through spiritual practice, through the spiritual practice of meditation, visioning, through spiritual practice of affirmative prayer, through the spiritual practices of study, through the spiritual practices of sacred giving, of conscious contributions, of serving one another, right? These are some of the spiritual practices that we have. Then 2, the second component to your dharma is to discover your unique talents and gifts. So here we go again. Oh no, unique talents and gifts. What are those, right? We get stuck in that. But each one of us is a divine emanation, impartation, and individualization of the one life, of the one power, of the one presence, of love itself. So you, my beloved, show up uniquely as you, uniquely as the love that you are, uniquely as the love that we all are, but you're showing up uniquely. Your love, your gift, your talent expresses itself uniquely through you, uniquely as you. So the way you express love, or the way you express gifts and skills, the way you bring it about, the way you manifest it, the way you share it, the way you express it, is uniquely yours. Sure, you might be a teacher, right? And you have fellow teachers. Everybody's teaching. Great. But each teacher has their own gifts. Each teacher has their own skill set. Each teacher has their own way of communicating with their students. Each teacher has a way of assimilating the information and sharing the information. And in fact, all of us in this room and everyone on the planet is a teacher. We're always teaching somebody else. We're always learning from somebody else. We're always experiencing and learning more through our interactions with one another. And so that brings us to the third component of your dharma. The third component of dharma, or your life purpose, according to the Hindu tradition, is to then be in service to life. Be in service to humanity, be in service to the world, is to be in service. So if one, we're recognizing that we are spirit, manifest. 2, we're recognizing that our individualization is a unique and beautiful thing that we then express, right? And then 3, we are asked then, we are invited then to then share that beautiful, glorious, magnificent expression that we are with one another and with all life, with all creation. And that is dharma. That is purpose in life. Mystic Joel Goldsmith says that you are not given any talents, blessings, or enlightenment for your own good. They're not yours alone. They don't belong to you. We are given these gifts, we are given these talents, we are given these blessings and this enlightenment for us to share, for us to give. We are given it for the upliftment of the consciousness of the whole of society, the whole of people. And so when we think that we are doing this work, the spiritual work for ourselves, or we think that we are doing, or we have these blessings for ourselves, that they are only for us, that they're ours, they're special, they're mine, I'm not going to share them, we are coming from a miserly consciousness. Or in other words, we're coming from a Scrooge consciousness, right? We're getting ready to come up into Christmas time, right? We're Scrooge. We're withholding it. We're not sharing our gifts. We're not sharing our talents. We're withholding it because that's coming from a place of what? Lack consciousness. It's coming from a place of insufficiency, of believing that there is not enough, that I have to get mine. It's a zero-sum game. If I don't get mine now, you're going to get it, and then I won't have it. It's a belief in lack. It's a belief in insufficiency. It's a belief in separation. When we come from that place of withholding, even withholding our gifts and our talents, our skill set, not sharing, refusing to share, right? We're like a toddler. No, it's mine, right? Frequently, when we are given an opportunity or we're invited to something, we will ask ourselves, whether we want to admit it or not, we will ask ourselves, well, what's in it for me? Witham. You've heard of Witham, right? What's in it for me? This consciousness, this mindset, if you will, is rooted in that scarcity, is rooted in that lack. It's rooted in a barter system. Well, I'll do this if I get that. I'll do X, but I want Y in return, right? If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Or if I scratch your back, I expect you to scratch mine, right? It's more that with them, that what's in it for me mentality, right? And so we're coming from that place of scarcity. We're giving to get. We are looking for some kind of reward rather than just giving to give. This is part of the way the phrase of what's written there, what the master teacher has taught of everyone who has shall be given more, and anyone who has not, even that which they have, will be taken from them. Because it is a giving consciousness, it is a consciousness of generosity, it is a consciousness of giving that does what? It multiplies, right? And if we don't have that consciousness of generosity, if we have that consciousness of with them, what's in it for me? How can I get mine? It's a consciousness of lack, it's a consciousness of scarcity. And so then what does the universe then provide us with more of? Lack and scarcity, right? So even that which we have is then taken from us because we are so focused on trying to hoard, on trying to keep, on trying to control, that our fists are closed. There's no way of receiving more. Our mind is closed. There's no way of receiving more. I've put up barriers. I've put up shields so that there is no way for more good to come to me because I'm refusing to give. I'm refusing to be open and receptive. I'm refusing to share. So that with them, that consciousness is a lack consciousness, is a scarcity consciousness. So when we are presented with these choices, or we're presented with opportunities, not just choices, but when we're presented with opportunities, rather than asking ourselves, what's in it for me, which is a ego, a small internal dialogue. It's like, oh, what's in it for me? What's in it for Jeff? What can I get from this, right? Instead of asking, what's in it for me, you ask H.C.I.S. How can I serve? How can I serve? You guys are so smart, you're already anticipating that. We ask, how can I serve? And the minute we ask, how can I serve, rather than what's in it for me, we move from this limited consciousness into the consciousness of pure potentiality, of infinite possibility, right? Because we have shifted from the small self to the capital S self. We've shifted from our small self to the realm of spirit, to the realm of infinite possibility, to the realm of true self, which we have already established in these past few weeks, that the realm of the true self is the realm of infinite possibility. It's the realm of pure potentiality. It's the realm of creativity. So rather than withholding, we ask, how can I serve? How can I give? And when we combine this question of how can I serve with our unique talents, with our unique gifts, with our unique ways of expressing love here on earth, when we combine that with that, and then we add in our own realization of the awareness that we are spirit, that really there's nothing to withhold because spirit is doing the work. It is spirit in and as and through me that is giving. I'm just getting out of the way. I'm expressing the love that spirit is, and I'm doing so through this unique way of expressing it that my experiences have provided me, that my joy has provided me, that my interests have provided me, that my skill sets may have provided me, and then I'm sharing it. I'm giving it freely. It is the ever-givingness of spirit, which Ernest Holmes defines as love. Love is the ever-givingness of spirit. So if I'm being the power and the presence of love on earth, then I'm being the power and the presence of this ever-givingness, of this generosity. And as I participate in this generosity, I'm participating in what? The flow, which, as we already established a few weeks ago, is what the meaning is behind the word affluence, to flow. If something is affluent, it is flowing. We're no longer contracting. We're no longer restricting. We are flowing. We are in the flow. And when we are in the flow, all is provided for. Then we are experiencing true wealth, which is wellness or wholeness, health. We are experiencing the totality, and it is all available to us in the moment. We don't need to worry about or fear scarcity or lack. We don't need to enter into that realm. Notice, though, that I did not say how. It's not H.C.I.H. It's H.C.I.S. Meaning, it's not how can I help. It's how can I serve. I want to be really clear about this word here, this word choice here. Those of you who know me well know I love my words. Know I love language. When we approach it from how can I help, there can be a sneaky hidden agenda there of I have power and you don't, so I am going to help you, right? There can be this sneaky, and it can be so subtle, it can be so sneaky. I'll help you. I can help you. I'll help you with that because you can't do it alone. You're incapable. I have the skill set. I have the power, so let me help you. And also, why don't we do it my way because my way's better, right? You see how quickly that slope just goes. Whereas, if we come from a place of how can I serve? That place of how can I serve comes from a place of humility. It comes from a place of generosity. We are coming from a place of grace. In other words, we are giving without attachment. We are serving, we are sharing without attachment. We're not attached to the outcome. How may I serve you? We're not attached to the outcome when we say it that way. Another way of saying it is, how may I assist you? Because assist means to take a stand next to, or take a stand by, from the Latin assistere, right? It means to take a stand by. In other words, to come alongside of and assist you, to take a stand next to you, to accompany you, to walk with you, to assist you in the project, to assist you in the work. Meaning that you still have autonomy. You are still a beautiful, glorious expression of love, expression of life, and I recognize that, and I'm merely walking beside you, and together maybe we can do more. But I'm not coming from a place of, oh, you're lower and I'm higher. It's coming from a place of walking beside, right? So in this, how can I serve? We look at the divinity, we look at our individualized expression of it, and then we ask, how can I serve? And who can I serve? Yes? So, this week, myself, Reverend Zena, and Sanja Prince we sent out a survey for you to take, because we want to know from you. We sent it out via email, and Jossie, if you can just throw that slide up in both on Zoom or online and in the room. We sent a survey out the other day because we want to know how this community can serve you in 2024. Our theme for next year, for 2024, is Together We Rise. Doesn't that feel good? Together We Rise. That's the theme for this coming year. And so what we are asking for you is to take the survey. You see the QR code there. You also see the URL. But to take the survey and let us know what topics and ideas you would like to explore in our Sunday mornings and in our discussions, what topics and ideas you might like to explore in classes, in workshops, what spiritual practices you might like to deepen in, and anything else you want us to know. So I invite you to take time to take the survey, because we really want to know. We are co-creating together so that our community can serve you better. And remember, it is our community, it is all of us serving one another, serving up our unique gifts and talents, serving up through Spirit and letting Spirit unfold through and as each one of us. And bonus extra, if you give us your name and your email in the survey, you will be entered to win a leather-bound copy, deluxe edition, of The Science of Mind. So, it's a beautiful, beautiful edition, and the value of this is $100. So, I wouldn't sell it on the black market for that, but I mean, or try to, resell it on Amazon, but you will get your own copy. One person, one winner, will get their own copy for that if you give us your name and email at the bottom of the survey. So we really encourage you to take the survey, fill out the survey, okay? Good? We're all going to fill out the survey? We're all going to fill out the survey? All right, there we go. Good morning, Dottie. Great to see you, my love. Filling out the survey is service. There you go, Marianne. I love it. Filling out the survey is service. Filling out the survey is a way of expressing your love, expressing your light, being the power and the presence of love on earth. All right, so before we wrap up, I want to go back to this point of where sometimes it can get sticky with this, how can I serve? Because we're back. I know that there's still that thought lingering, but Jeff, I don't know what my talent is. I don't know how I can serve because I don't know what my skill set is. I don't know what my talent is. I don't know what I have to share. Okay? So here we go. You ready? This is going to be your assignment. So I want you to, one, list what you would do if money and time were of no concern. If money and time were of no concern, don't even worry about money and time. If the money and time were not of any concern whatsoever, what would you do? What activities would you engage in? What would you do? In addition to water aerobics and camping, what would you do? Love you, Sally. Right? What would you do? Then, I'd like you to list all of your skill sets. All those experiences that you've had in your lifetime, whether you are in your teens or whether you are, 120, you've had experiences in your lifetime that have provided you with skills. So what are the skills that you have? What are the talents that you have? What are you really, really good at? Talking to people is a skill. It's a talent. Making people feel comfortable is a skill, is a talent. Advocating for people is a skill, is a talent, right? It's not just art. It's not just music. It's not just computer programming, right? It's not just something specific those are skills and talents too, don't get me wrong. Absolutely they are. And I want you to think broader. Think more expansively of what your skill set is. And if you're still struggling, ask your friend, how do I make you feel when we're together? Why do we hang out? Why do you like to hang out with me? Right? What is it that, connects us? So by asking those kinds of questions helps with that. Then also activities. What activities do you enjoy that just bring you joy? What is it that you do in your day that you completely lose track of time of because you are so present in the moment? It's called timeless awareness, meaning that you are so aware of being present in the moment that it becomes timeless. There is no time. Another way that we call it is Einstein time, that it feels like time expands. Like all of a sudden you look up and like, wow, I've really been engaged. Where did my entire day go? It's been amazing. Not where did my entire day go because I've been trying to cross off stuff on my to-do list and I just feel like I haven't progressed. Not that kind of that. It's the, wow, I started writing at 8 a.m. this morning and wow, Ed's coming out for lunch and whoa, it's 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime already? I didn't expect it to be lunchtime already. It feels like it's only been about, 10 minutes or so, right? So what are those activities? What are those things that bring you such joy that time just kind of like, it becomes a nothing. It becomes so expansive because you're so fully present. And then once you have those ideas, right, that's leading you to those activities, those expressions of the divine, then ask yourself, who can I share this with? Who can I share it with? And then do it. Don't just think about it. Don't just ponder it. Do it. Start small. A smile, a nod, a hello, a hug, whatever it is. Start small. And then do it. Howard Thurman says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and then do it. Because what the world needs is for people who have come alive. That's what the world needs. Right? So I want to share one final thing from Ernest Holmes with you on serving. So here it is. Science of Mind, leather-bound deluxe edition. Even comes with this handy little string. There you go, like that. It's called I Serve. This is on page 521 for those of you who need to know the number. It's called I Serve. I serve the world. I wait upon the one within all people. I call forth glory from on high through the minds of all people. I obey the will of the one who inhabits eternity. I do the works of the one who dwells among the heavens. The Spirit within commands, and I obey. I do good. And so it is. All right, I invite our practitioners and our core council members to please stand and surround the sanctuary. And these beloveds are in service to this community. They are in prayer, lifting this community in prayer every single day. And the practitioners are also available for a moment of prayer after service, as Constance mentioned, in the prayer room. So I invite you to turn within, close your eyes and turn within. And let's come together. Recognizing here and now that there simply is the power and the presence of love. That is all that there is. There is nothing but this one life, this one love, this one infinite eternal, this infinite field of possibility, this infinite field of potentiality, this love intelligence, this divine wisdom that is expressing itself in, through, and as all of creation, as harmony, as beauty, as bounty, as abundance, as joy, as the peace that passes all understanding. Recognizing this, I recognize that I am one with it, because there is nothing that I could be other than a divine emanation, impartation, and expression, an individualization of this one life, because it is all that there is. There is nothing else. There is simply life, simply love, simply spirit, God, Ralph, whatever we choose to call it. That is all that there is. There simply is this one. So therefore, because there is nothing else, there is no other thing that there ever exists or could exist, then it must be that I am one with it, that the who of who I am, the very nature of my being, both consciousness, spirit, mind, and flesh are all one with an expression of the one life, the divine, made manifest. And as I know that this is true of me, I know that this is true of everyone gathered here this day. I know that this is true of all of creation. For there is no other thing, there is no other energy, there is no other life, there is no other anything other than the one life. And so I recognize that each person, each breath, each cell, each atom, each molecule, everything is this one life in full, glorious, magnificent expression, and it shines forth always and in all ways. And so I know that we are one with it, as we are one with one another. Each is an expression of love and of myself. Self with a capital S, self, the true self. And so I speak my word for this beloved community here today, recognizing that we have come together as a community to also express and be the power and the presence of love here on earth. That is our purpose. That is our sole purpose here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living as a spiritual community, to be the power and the presence of love. And so we express that, we share that uniquely through our unique gifts and talents, each one of us and all of us collectively doing the work of Spirit, allowing Spirit to move through us, allowing Spirit to use us to its magnificent glory, to its self-expression. And we do so through serving one another, through serving our larger community, through serving the world, through our consciousness and through our actions and through our intentions and through our giving. We withhold nothing. We share, we expand, we explore, and we move love forward, evolving daily, minute by minute, breath by breath. This is who we are. This is what we've come here to be. The power and the presence of love expressing as and through each one of us and as and through our community. And so I give thanks for this revelation. I give thanks for the beauty through the expansion and for the magnification of love. I place this word into law, knowing that it is done, knowing that it is complete, knowing that it is so. I let it be, and together we affirm, and so it is.